What is a loan officer?
So I think a lot of people, they think that it's the same as like a realtor. Like they'll think that it's the same. And that's actually one of my pet peeves. I hate real estate agents who think they're loan officers. Like I can't stand it. Like it drives me crazy. But anyway, so people will be like, oh, you're a loan officer. How much do you think I could sell my house for? I'm like, I don't know anything about real estate. So it's basically like if you don't have the money to buy your house, you would connect with a loan officer who's going to help you to like get a loan to buy the house. So I feel like that's the very base level idea of what it is, of where to start.
What's the day-to-day
of being a loan officer?
Yeah.
The day-to-day for me right now, since we're in a mortgage boom, is honestly I am looking for refinance customers for the most part. But then I have people who are looking to buy because right now people are taking advantage of it. So those people tend to come to me like through referrals or everywhere else. So I mainly spend like the beginning of my day working on the files that I currently have, like getting questions answered, getting documents out, trying to get people clear to close so that way they can close on their refinance, get their cash, or like buy their house. And then maybe the middle of my day is spent trying to get new business. So it's like building new relationships, new conversations. And I've noticed that.
How? What do you do?
So it's a lot of cold calling, I guess you would call it that.
You're a cold caller.
I guess you would call it that, but I'm really successful at that. I can build relationships pretty quickly with people over the phone. And kind of like, not always, but and I'm pretty good with trying to say like, okay, I'm a resource for you if you're looking to do this, especially right now. People are seeing commercials about refinancing. They're like, oh my gosh, should I do this? Or about buying a house. Oh my goodness, this is a good idea. So it's like, I call you and I'm like, I recognize I totally called you out of the blue. So let me send you my contact information. You can look me up. Here's my license number. So it's like, I'm building those base relationships, asking those questions, like I said, and kind of talking to people and getting them to a place where, you know, I might have a really good deal for them. I do notice, though, that depending on the borrower, there are different conversations and different levels of, like, getting them to even doing a base application. With conventional customers who tend to be a little bit more savvy, not necessarily real estate or savvy, but more money savvy. Mm-hmm. So it's like, even though they don't know any of these mortgage terms, they know if that's a terrible deal. Like, why would I do that?
Right.
These closing costs are XYZ amount. Why would that make sense? So I think that for them, it's a lot more like building relationships. That first call might be, hey, here's who I am, introduce myself. I'm a broker, essentially, so I work for you. It's not me just trying to get you through whatever company you're with. If I have a deal that's better someplace else, I can do that too. So it's like me kind of building that relationship, and then it's usually the second or the third call where I actually get the deal. VA borrowers are a lot more trusting. It's kind of weird. I'm glad that I'm not a scammer because sometimes I'm like, let me back you up. They're like, okay, let's do it. I'm like, wait, let me tell you more. Before you're just ready to give me all your information. You don't know anything. I'm going to send you an email. Like you can look me up, make sure I'm legit. Let's see if this makes sense. And then we can go and do all that stuff. So my day-to-day basically right now is a lot of different stuff. I don't thrive well in places where it's very much like bing, same thing, bing, same thing, bing, same thing. Then my mind is gone. So I like the fact that my day is a little bit more mixed up, different kinds of people, different kinds of things. If it depends on what time of the month it is, I might be doing something more than I'm doing some other thing. So, and apparently we're starting to grow a little bit more. So it might be more, trying to build our company. So another thing that I like about where I am now is it's very transparent. Like I don't feel like I'm getting screwed over. I know how much the company's making on a deal that I make. I know how much I make in relative to the company. Mm-hmm. It's not like, oh, they just made $100,000 off you and they gave you $200. Here you go. Like right. It's not like that. So, and it's also a lot of effort being put on building our company culture and like building our processes. So it really is like, all right, figure it out, taking initiative. How can I get around this problem? So it's a lot of problem solving.
That's good for smart people. That's what I realize is like if you put smart people in a position to like flex different parts of their intellect, it's very helpful, right? That's the only type of position I think I could, like where I had the freedom to make choices and figure things out. Because if you just make me do a task over and over again, I'm going to be like, oh.
But it's also a mindset shift because I feel like for me, Like, I'm at a position right now, I feel like I'm doing really well. Like, I'm probably making more than I've ever made.
Hey.
But it was a mind shift change. If I would have stayed the way that I was when I came in, like used to just being told, I would not be doing that well. Because at first I wasn't doing that well.